wearing over it.
Man, you're
and
really
to
gonna
take
work him out of that, huh?
And to take it off, you had to like remove the gloves, and you had to remove the like feathery thing, and you had to remove the boots. So yeah.
Well, either way, Gunner's gonna just tie up his hands. So.
All right.
Also got bored.
Even though his like arms are like and legs are probably pretty broken, extra layer of security.
Yeah, they're not in a good way right now. I don't think they're going to be running anywhere. I assume you've relieved them of the long sword.
Oh, most definitely.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Ren, you want this long sword? I think it's about as long as you are.
You're funny. You're really funny. No, I'm fine. I have quite enough of ways of damaging other people.
I figured it could
Appreciate
be
the
something quieter.
offer. Hmm?
I figured it could be something at least a little quieter, and if not, then maybe you could rig up some crazy way to launch it at something else. Hell if I know.
Stick it in the bag of holding.
Right, in it goes.
Okay, you took the longsword in the bag of holding. I think out of the two, since she took less injury, Whisper is likely to wake up before that guy did. Especially because she was magically stabilized rather than with like conventional means. So Whisper, you're awake. It's a strange sensation. You haven't actually slept in a long time. It's. I don't know if you've ever been knocked out before, but as an elf, you don't generally sleep. You usually kind of meditate for about 4 hours a night, and that's it. So you find yourself sort of coming to lying on the ground. Morgana's there looking after you.
Yeah, this is not a particularly unfamiliar feeling, but it's the first time she's ever been knocked out from a blow. So she's like, the last thing that she remembers is sort of this figure coming to stab her, and then it's just, she just kind of comes around, just sort of, oh, my head. Fucking feathered horses.
Yeah, as you try to move, you feel a sharp pain in your side. It seems like the wound has been closed, but you took a nasty stab.
In the background, since these birds are now on the ground, can we actually like have a chance to identify these now?
Yeah, roll a nature check.
All right, Gunner, come on, fingers crossed, buddy. I know this isn't your strong suit, but
I believe in you, buddy.
Oh no.
Yes.
No. It continues.
Oh my god.
It's some kind of large. You don't have to be like you don't have to be a scientist like an ecologist or a botanist. Not a botanist. They do plants. You know, a biologist to be aware that this is not a normal-sized bird. This is clearly a giant variety of something. And if you had to guess, it's some kind of scavenger, maybe. It doesn't look like a bird of prey.
Alright, well, in the famous words of Insane Clown Posse, I don't want to talk to a scientist. Y'all motherfuckers lying and get me pissed.
Oh.
Miracles. You don't have to be a botanist to know that this isn't a plant. Right, well, I think it eats dead bodies or something.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I don't know what else it does.
It's an ugly bird with a bald head, and it doesn't smell super great.
Looks terrible. Smells like a graveyard.
It's big enough that a person could ride on its back as well.
Are you sure? I think this needs to be tested. I'm not
Just
entirely
saw
sure we're
people
convinced that
riding
people can
them.
ride on their back.
Yes, but they're all dead.
Is Stabby holding anything interesting? Can I loot Stabby?
Stabby? Yeah, sure. So I've given Whisper 1 HP.
Always
She
be
goes,
looting.
Ghana has.
Okay, always be looting. Stabby is holding, they are they're wearing dull blue-coloured leather armour, which is looking a bit kind of bloody and battered now. And they have a dagger. And that's about it. They also have that strange triangle-shaped symbol. Just move it down for you. So they have this symbol on their armour.
Well, this one's boring.
Yeah, and they're wearing a pair of goggles, like with glass eyepieces. They don't look magical or special. They look a bit kind of crudely fashioned. But yeah, there's nothing particularly special.
Same thing on Rider 1?
Yes, the other rider is equipped with the same gear. The gear's like slightly different, as if they've kind of pieced their armory together themselves and kind of dyed it. Like they've just got any old leather armor and dyed it bluish, whereas the get-up of the other character looks a bit like fancier, a bit more kind of custom made, higher quality, more like a proper uniform.
Well, Gunner's taking the goggles off this one at least, because he figures he might as well have one more thing that does nothing.
I'm gonna take the goggles also, just because I'm pretty sure the glass is expensive.
Ah, it's very clever. Yeah.
Gunner wears the
Okay.
goggles.
You-
Who's just sells them?
Morgana would ask Hauser while she's like helping whisper up. She'd ask him if he could grab her a couple of flight feathers from one of the birds.
Hey,
Alright. I've got a couple of giant bird pinions.
Excellent.
how do they
My
stack
hand
up to the one in my hat?
They're enormous. You've never seen a feather this big before. It like the one in your hat is like the feather of a large normal bird, whereas this is a giant bird. Like this feather it's probably about maybe a meter and a half long.
So what
Like
you're
this-
saying is I could stick it on my hat, but it would impose disadvantage.
Yeah,
Nah.
probably in a stiff wind blow you over or blow your hat off.
So what you're saying is I could do it.
If you attach two at right angles, you could take off.
My god. It's brilliant.
All I'm hearing
I
is
will-
we shave the birds, we make our own wings.
We pluck the birds.
I just love the fact that, like, I imagine all of this is happening in Hoser's head, and now he has this harebrained scheme to fly by his hat.
If I could take some of those feathers, it would probably make a decent coat.
It'd make probably
Like a
really-
cape or something.
Yeah,
Feather
Gunner
coat,
actually has
feather
a
coat.
similar thought. He is trying to see if there's anything valuable about the bird.
I'm gonna take several feathers.
Because he doesn't know anything about, he doesn't know much about people thing values, but having lived out in the wilds, he has a fair sense for at least animal thing values.
Ren's proficient with leatherworking tools, so if you guys want a feather coat, I can sort you out.
Yo.
Just saying. Just
Anyway,
saying.
what did Morgana want with the feathers?
She's gonna do something with them. She was either gonna put it on her staff or braid it through her hair.
Okay, here, have some feathers.
I
Let's-
currently have arms full of elf. Please hold on to it for me.
Okay.
Let's pluck the stem thing dry and get us some feather cloaks.
Don't forget, we also have bird too.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
So we're all gonna have a lot of feathers with which to make some cool clothes with. Flying pirate.
Is Skyman conscious yet, Kate, while all this bird
Sorry.
plucking is going on?
Okay, hang on, chat. I'm gonna break the stream just for a second to get a screenshot of this because this is gold. Okay.
Beautiful.
and-
I honestly don't think I've ever loved anything as much as I love that drawing right now.
Oh, cool. It actually opened up in my main browser. All right, hang on. Save image as Hoser's big idea. Okay, and then just take this and post it in the stream chat like that. There you
Have
go,
I-
guys. It's Hoser's big idea.
Have I told you guys what my flaw says? My flaw says, if someone told me I couldn't fly, I'd strap wings to my shoulders and leap off the nearest cliff. I have been presented with an opportunity.
Oh no.
Plan.
Never did you think that would be so literal.
It's real.
But anyway, yes. Sorry, to answer your question, Skyman is groaning a bit and starting to come round, sort of blinking in the sunlight, trying to sort of understand what's going on and why is there a tiny woman with a huge gun standing next to him.
Good morning.
Gunner's walking back over with an armful of feathers.
Same.
What happened?
Well, you did something very stupid.
Oh.
You might want to reconsider your life choices a little. Just putting it out there. You got a name?
Yeah, it's Johan.
Nice to meet you, Johan. I'm Ren. That's Gunnar. The guy with the fetching hat is Hauser.
Try not to move too much. You probably have at least 3 broken bones.
Yeah, he tries to sort of move it and winces and goes, oh, I think I've broken a few ribs. Ooh.
That'll be the falling out of the sky that'll do that.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how to... that one's a lot worse than usual. So, what are you going to do with me, eh?
Ren sort of looks at Gunnar, looks at Hauser.
We'll
Thoughts?
drag him around to the next town, eh? Ask him a few questions along the way.
Hauser, could you maybe do something about the broken bones?
Well, I could.
I'm asking, will you?
Fine.
Thank you.
Oh, wow, that's good.
Bloody wasted on you.
Don't be a
That's damn
child.
good magic.
Oh, wait, it should be at 9, actually.
Right, well, at least
That's
consider yourself lucky I set your bones, at least somewhat.
Oh, wow, yeah, look like a magic user, but, thank you.
You'd be surprised what I am.
I can't say I've ever been captured before. Are we going by, I trust you're honourable people, and,
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
dear.
Sorry, what?
where are my clothes?
No idea.
These bandits? I was told that you were adventurers.
People
Well,
keep
truth-
saying that, and I don't know what they mean.
Truth be told, I always heard that adventurers and bandits were always close to the same thing.
See. Well then, lead on. I'm willing to be submitted to a trial. Although,
Right.
if you would take me back to the spire, that would be most appreciated.
Well, where all your buddies can throw spears at us from a distance as we approach. Probably not going to happen too quickly.
Well, alright then, the next town it is.
Great, on to
Okay.
Beliard then. After those two are back on their feet.
Looks like they are.
Then, I suppose let's get walking.
What happened to the
Let's-
other two, by the way? Oh dear, he looks sort of in the distance.
Yeah, they weren't so lucky.
Wilkins.
I think they
Didn't
both
really have the makings of a knight.
I think they both got fried by holy light.
They had rather heavier falls than you.
Yeah, so they hadn't graduated yet.
Well,
Graduated.
Yes, if you just give out these wingsuits to anyone, you know.
oh,
Only a true master of the skies can wear one of these.
Master of the Skies, very fancy sounding. And I sort of look to Hauser and Gunnar, I'm just like, this is total fucking wank. I'm sorry, I have no idea what he's saying.
Alright, so which one of us makes the jerk-off motion, and which one of us makes the eye roller?
Hauser would probably make the jerk-off motion.
Okay, so Gunnar's rolling his eyes.
Beautiful. Well, come on then, Johan. Let's get you on your feet.
Alright. Okay, so he's walking with you. He's being fairly well behaved, actually. Just sort of walking along. He doesn't have any weapons, or he's just sort of wearing a scale tunic, and he sort of looks at his boots that are lying on the ground after you nicked his uniform. I'm allowed to put my boots back on. Alright.
Yeah, you can have your boots, it's fine.
Alright. Very well. Well, I suppose let's be off to Billiard.
Fair way to march, but shouldn't be too long now.
And so he's walking along with you as you head up the road towards Billiard.
There.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah, so if you keep the area map up, it'll just help us get a sense of where we are.
There it is. So,
as you are approaching Billiard, you can see a lot of as you're passing through the hills, you can see a number of cattle ranches and things. It looks like they keep a lot of on the lower, less kind of steep fields, they keep cattle, and on the more kind of rocky, hilly ones, they keep sheep and goats. And after a while of walking, you come to the stone bridge. You've heard of the stone bridge. It's kind of famous. Let me see if I can find a picture of it for you on a Google image search.
Just for reference, for anyone new to the stream, character voice, just a reference to anyone new to the stream, by the way, if you ever want to see what's happening just while we're going on, sometimes we have roleplay going on in the sidebar.
Yes.
Whisper and I are bonding.
Aww. Girly chat.
Stick that on my desktop, and then I'm going to...
Does Hoser know what it is?
Probably not.
Has Hoser identified the bird?
Sorry, is that... It looks like a giant vulture. Which is probably what it is.
That's not a griffin.
Oh, you figured out what that giant bird is? Oh, let us know.
Hey, it's a vulture.
Vulture? Really? They
Yes,
come in
that's
this
correct.
size?
Giant vulture? What on earth did you think it was?
Definitely not a feather
Oh, we
horse.
heard tales of people riding around griffins.
Ah, yes, the griffins. Yes, you have to be quite high up the ranking. I was hoping to get one soon. They sent me on this little excursion to keep you lot in check, and I thought that if I was successful, I might just get to go on one.
I hate to tell
Yes,
you, friend,
you
but
do.
I don't think you'll be getting a griffin anytime soon.
Yes, doesn't seem like it.
Or ever at this rate, actually.
Okay, so I'll just go show to players. So this is the stone bridge. It is huge.
Oh,
It's-
Jesus.
Yeah,
Why does it not have rails?
I guess the
Yeah,
ancient
no.
mobs-
Adventurers.
The
You live
ancient
life on the
mobs-
edge.
Yeah, I was gonna say the bit at the end is the bit that worries me. I'm like, does it turn into a slide?
That's
my God.
actually really amazing.
So the stone bridge, I believe there's a description of it here. Okay, this gigantic stone archway, 2 miles long and 400 feet high, comfortably spans the widest spring flood of the Desserin River. It is a sacred site of pilgrimage for many dwarves. Long ago, the dwarf god Moradin appeared atop the stone bridge to rally dwarves of the Iron Star clan against a horde of orcs. The founder of Belsimer, King Torhild Flametongue, died fighting a hill giant atop the stone bridge. And they say that he's entombed within the halls of the Hunting Axe, which is somewhere nearby. Built to connect those parts of the dwarven realm of Belsimer on both the eastern and western banks of the Desrin, the stone bridge is made of smooth, fused hard granite. It is only 6 paces wide and lacks railings or barriers, so anyone atop it is at the mercy of the wind, particularly in winter.
I'm gonna have Gunnar attempt to know what any of this is based off of stone cunning.
Yeah.
All right.
Ren is fascinated by this. Jade is feeling mildly nauseous because Jade has quite severe vertigo.
Oh, no.
Add twice proficiency, so
None of us have vertigo.
this should actually be a roll of 22, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow. Okay. This is unmistakably it's unmistakably dwarven craftsmanship. It is an incredible feat of engineering that could only have been achieved with an incredible understanding of stoneworking and of using magic to aid with it. It is just one enormous long piece of granite with carvings along the side, simple decorative carvings, and it's just it has a smoothish but not slippery rocky surface on the top, and it just is perfectly straight and spans right across. So yeah, since it's 2 miles long, you spend a good sort of 40 minutes or so walking across this enormous bridge.
Does Gunnar tell Hauser that this is a sacred pilgrimage thing for dwarves? Does he know that?
Gunnar is a gold dwarf.
Actually,
not.
Do I know that? Nope.
Assume that while Gunnar knows all of what I just said, the rest of you at most maybe have vaguely heard about this famous stone bridge that was built by ancient dwarves.
He has a look of admiration on his face, but if no one asks, then he won't tell.
No, Ren is going to ask, because Ren is just like, holy shit, how did they get it so straight? This is not a single piece of rock. This is the coolest fucking thing I have seen in fucking ages.
And
let's be clear, Ren is a nerd of the highest caliber. Ren is delighted, and this will be the first time she has voluntarily tell me everything. I want to know everything.
Well,
it's amazing.
Look at you, you're talking to an Earthweaver.
If you had to guess, this was probably built by people with similar magic abilities to you, working in conjunction with stonesmiths and wizards with the stone shaping spell, all working together and with some kind of really good organizational team backing them up.
I suppose I'll have to write it down on parchment later, but you're lucky you're talking to an Earthweaver. I know plenty about this sort of thing.
This is amazing.
Right, well, just try not to fall off. The rest of you too, but we'll get over it and we'll talk once we're on solid ground. Well, you can't get more solid than this ground, of course, but...
Maybe not so high up, though.
Maybe not so high up.
I'm just thinking everyone roll Constitution for vertigo.
Ooh.
Hello. Hola. Alright, let that one pass quietly. Don't mention it.
My friend has just sent me a message saying she wouldn't go near that bridge with several barge poles.
I'm with your friend.
No. I'd rather swim across the river.
I'm so tempted to get Morgana to do that. I'm just like, would she actually be okay with this? I don't know.
It's pretty terrifying. The amazing thing is that caravans in the local area do use this bridge. In fact, you can see one about a mile ahead of you taking the same journey, sort of just making their way across the bridge slowly but surely. It's kind of amazing. It's one of those you can get used to anything things. So from there, calves aching after you've just walked down the very long slope at the other end, you find yourself getting close to Belsimer. So let me just find the page for Belsimer. Go to chapter 3.
And suddenly I parse that it's not Earthard, it's actually Earthheart.
Sorry?
I finally understand how this damn gold dwarf word is, like, the name is read. Because for the longest time, I just kept parsing it as Earthard instead of Earthheart.
There you go. Orchards and large cattle ranches surround the little town of Belliard. Large stockyards lie on the east side of town, and stone warehouses along the Desserin Road indicate the regular caravan traffic that passes through. So you arrive after passing several cattle pens and orchards full of like ripe fruits and busy-looking people in this bustling little town. The sun is just beginning. In fact, yeah, the sun was starting to set just as you were going across the bridge, and it's getting on towards dusk now. Because you guys set off at midday, didn't you? Yeah, so people are lighting lanterns outside of the inns, and you can see a merry glow in the window of the main inn, which is called the Watchful Night. So there's an inn here called the Watchful Night, and the image on it appears to be roll me an Arcana check. It's some kind of an armoured figure with a strange glow coming from within their armour.
Let's see what happens. Yeah, of course.
You know about animated armour. That's a drawing of a helmed horror.
Huh. Interesting choice of decor.
Yeah, it's a paint. The inn sign depicts a painting of a helmed horror, and it's called the Watchful Night.
Nice.
So life in the town appears to be kind of winding down, except for the inn, which is bustling, and everyone's kind of heading in there.
Could I maybe like roll investigation or something to try find like a city watch or something like that to deposit our new buddy?
Yeah, of course. As you come in with this prisoner who is not wearing pants, or at least they're wearing pants in the British use of the word, but not the American use of the words. They have no trousers on, but they do have underpants on, just to clarify. You wander up and people out who are lounging outside the inn on benches with their tankards do you need a hand there?
Anywhere. Could you give us directions to the city watch? Or whatever you've got that's closest to a city watch?
Oh, aye, you've never been to Belliard before, have you?
Can't say I have, no.
Alright, well, we don't so much have a watch here, but we do kind of have a militia.
Perfect.
So, they direct you over to
Trog, you might need to move your mic away from your keyboard.
Oh, sorry. It's not
really
that
intense.
close to my keyboard, even. I guess I just have a very loud keyboard.
They direct you over to the town hall where you can see the mayor is here wearing a chain. The mayor is a sort of a strong-looking woman, although her hair's